Some last words are desperate, some are haunting, some echo forever. This is the story of a convicted murderer whose final words became one of the most profitable phrases in entertainment history. This is the true story of James French. And the phrase that would later echo in theaters and on merchandise across the globe, "I'll be back." James Donald French wasn't your typical killer. Born in 1936 in Oklahoma, French was smart, bookish, some said even charming, but mentally unstable. In 1958, he picked up a hitchhiker while driving cross-country. The man, 22-year-old Frank Boone, never made it to his destination. French strangled him and dumped the body, confessing shortly after. Here's the twist. French wanted to die. He committed the murder specifically to get the death penalty. But Oklahoma refused sentencing him to life instead. French hated it. So 4 years later in prison, he strangled his own cellmate with a towel. This time, he got his wish. Death by electric chair. But James French wasn't done leaving his mark. January 10th, 1966. McAllister State Prison. Reporters gathered for his execution. The prison offered him a last meal. He declined. But when asked if he had any final words, he grinned and said, "How's this for a headline? French fries. I'll be back." Executed at 8:08 a.m., his body buried in an unmarked grave. It was so dark, so self-aware, that the room went silent. Even the reporters admitted later, it sent chills down their spines. And then he was gone. But those words, they didn't die with him. Fast forward nearly 2 decades, 1984, James Cameron is directing a strange sci-fi thriller. Arnold Schwarzenegger, hardly known for acting, has only a few key lines, but one of them was, "I'll be back." At the time, no one thought much of it. But Cameron and Schwarzenegger had heard it somewhere before. While there's no direct credit, many believe French's sarcastic final line influenced that choice. Then the Terminator hit theaters and exploded. That line became a cultural phenomenon. It's been quoted in over 40 major films and shows, printed on millions of shirts, mugs, posters. Total global earnings from the franchise, over $2.1 billion. And it all started with a man in an electric chair making a joke with his own name. James French was executed in 1966. He left behind no fortune, no legacy, no grave worth visiting. But he did leave one thing behind. A line the world can't stop repeating. "I'll be back." Sometimes death isn't the end. Sometimes it's just the punchline.